So I want to make a quick recording of how I'm going to set up the RPM blocks from Business Mastery. And so I'm going to share my screen. I've already got Tony AI to create the RPM blocks for me for the three things that I'm going to focus on. But what I wanted to do was kind of share how I'm going to do this on the big scale. So I have my categories and I have the perfect one for that. Obviously, the reason for going to Business Mastery, and that is my profitable business owner. I'm putting it here because it doesn't matter what business I'm working on. I want to be a profitable business owner. And so Business Mastery falls in alignment with that. And I have all of these different things. And so one of them is my mastery journey. I'm going to look at this one and see. Okay, this is not, well, this is Business Mastery. Okay. Have mastery of at least 3 topics that lead to higher contributions by the end of the year. Attend at least 3 live events in person. So this is like my mastery in general. Okay. But what I want to do is I'm going to go back out, even though I have this one, I'm going to create a project specific to the category of profitable business owner for Business Mastery. So the project is going to be Business Mastery. And I'm just going to leave it at that. I mean, that's enough, I think. So what is my ultimate result? The ultimate result is to execute things learned during the August event. Now, maybe there should be a date there to make it smart as an outcome, but I'm going to keep going. What is the ultimate purpose for doing this? I want to integrate the BM principles into my business. So I can make $1 million years happen. Okay, so I wouldn't normally be so bold, but that is a purpose that I can really get emotional about. And, you know, I went to Business Mastery 3 years ago, 4 years ago. That's crazy to think about. And I didn't feel like I got out of it, like I did anything with it. Now I really did, and I'm just being hard on myself, and I recognize that. But as a result, I realized that I can't keep doing it that way, that I need to really look at all of the material and determine how I'm going to apply it. So I have the category selected and I have the create project. And the way that I'm going to know that I have mastered these business principles is to apply them in such a way that I get the results that I'm looking for. And I never had a goal to make $1 million in a year until I started doing Tony events. And I realized that I never thought I would make 6 figures, but I wrote it down anyway. And I didn't worry about that, how it was going to happen. And it did. I wanted to have a net worth of $1 million. I wrote it down. I didn't know how it was going to happen, and it did. Tony has taught me to think big, and I have decided that making $1 million in a year would be a huge milestone for me. And that is what I'm going to do. And so I'm directing myself in that way, and I'm seeing that it's possible now, which before it was blowing my mind. Now I'm like, oh, okay, I think I can do this. So that's a good energy. That's like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So I'm going to have that as my purpose, because if I integrate these principles, other people get it to work. If it can work for them, it can work for me. So now I have my business mastery block or project. And so in here, I want to put the key results. So that's one of the results, right? Like a key result will be making $1 million in a year. And I want to do that by the end of next year. So that's December 2025. Ooh, it just scares me writing it down. That's a good sign. All right. Next key results. Know top 10 principles well enough to teach them to others. All right. I'm going to put down that I want to have this in place by the end of September. I have a big event happening at the beginning of this month, and I can't focus too much on anything else. So I don't want to not do this, but I want to have that be a focus a little bit later. And another key results: form strong relationships with people I met at BM. And the due date on this is going to be the 15th of September. Well, actually, this is going to be an interesting thing. I'm going to say December. Actually, I'm going to say the end of January. And I'm doing that for a specific reason too. What I want to do is at the end of January, evaluate. Like, I'm going to make my list of all the people that I networked with, and then kind of, what does it look like in January? Who did I stay in touch with? What did I do to stay in touch? What worked? What didn't work? I think that's going to be good. And the reason I put end of January is we're going to Fiji. We've got Business Mastery 2 still happening. We're going to UPW in person. We're going to Date with Destiny. We're going to Fiji. That's 4 touch points to meet more people and bring in this material and so on. And those people might be at those events and all that different stuff. So I'm really working on that as being an option. Okay, now the capture list, I can add in things. I could go back through my notes and look at some of the stuff. So that's a great place for it. Inspiration board. Oh, you know what? I'm going to do this on my phone and add some of the photos from when we were there. That'll be really cool. And then I'm going into my RPM blocks. Now, this is what I got from Tony from the thing that I said. And what I'm going to do just to make my life a little bit easier is I'm going to copy that and I'm going to put it into a document. And then I'll have the document on another screen and I can bring into those RPM blocks without having to close this area and have to work on it in a different way. So what I'm going to do is just stop my share for a minute, get that document set up, and I'll paste it in there, and then I'll have it for us to be working in. New document. Thank you for your patience during this moment. I have multiple screens and I've just totally become a baby about using it because I love being able to spread things out. So I have the screen that we're on. I have the screen with my planner in front of me, which should be what you're still looking at. I'll make sure, well, I'll share it in a second. And then off to the side, I have the copy of the RPM thing that I just did. So let me get the screen shared again. Okay, so I just took this, copied it using this button and moved it to the other screen. And so I'm going to come in here to the RPM blocks, click where I couldn't click without closing that window. And I want to create a new block. Okay, so the first block is networking with my connections. And again, I spoke this into Tony AI. Somehow it connected a whole bunch of stuff. So not what I wanted. I want to copy just that little bit. All right. And the purpose for connecting with my network. Now, the purpose, strengthen my support system. Okay. And this is really interesting. So it's reminding me that probably I should put this instead of networking with my connections. It wants me to connect with 10 key people. And I'm going to leave it at that. And then I'm going to go back to the key results and put networking, because the networking thing, that can be a key result that I want to do. Well, I said form strong relationships. It doesn't matter. It's semantics, really. It's all that is happening. So strengthen my support system. And now, okay. And this is where we have to be human in the loop, and we have to read. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do, just because I don't want to go back and forth. So here's all of the actions. And I'm going to take this one. So review messages, contacts, identify 10 people to reach out to. I'm going to take that. I'm going to put it in the title. And I need to do this. It's going to take me 30 minutes. Okay. It's a must. And my select date is that by Friday. So I need to go up today and do Friday and save it. Oh, I selected Saturday. I want Friday. Okay. So I have that in there. You saw I put it in the notes. I'm just going to come into the notes and I'm going to do Control X and I'm going to save the action. And then I'm going to add another action. I'm going to pop my notes in here. I'm going to scroll up. And what I meant by human in the loop is read it and make sure that's what you want to do. So I'm going to take that one out. Send personalized messages to each person, letting them know I want to reconnect. Okay. And so that is going to take me probably an hour just to set up the whole process. It shouldn't take that long, I know, but and I'm going to say I'm going to do that by Sunday. That'll give me the weekend. And I'm going to save, I'm going to come back here, do Control X and save the action. Okay, then I'm going to do another one, put it into the notes, schedule 30-minute virtual coffee chats with 5 of them over the next 7 days. Interesting. And the reason that it's interesting is that in the audio, I did not say that and it said it. So I love it. And massive action, right? Got my phone right here. Got my cup of coffee right here. And I am going to just make a very quick video. Good morning. It's Tina Gearing. So nice to connect with you again. I'm having a quick cup of coffee and I was thinking about you this morning and I wondered if we could schedule some time together next week. Would love to just 15, 20 minutes of us just sharing who we are without maybe that blaring music in the background and the goals that we have coming out of Business Mastery and see how we can help each other. You're awesome. Okay, so I did it. Yay. And now I'm going to take this guy off of here. And how long is it going to take me to do that? I'm just going to send it as kind of a mass thing. So I don't think it's going to take very long. So I'm going to say, we'll put 45 minutes. It's going to be a must because I want to do that. And so I'm going to take it all the way to the end of next week. And we'll see how that goes. Saving the action. And we have one more action to put in, and this one I can put straight into the title area. Follow up with the other 5 to set up meetings for the following week. Isn't that interesting that it did that? So I'll put 30 minutes for these. I'll select the date to be, I'm actually going to go forward and just, it's going to be really hard to do that week, but I'm going to put it anyway, and we'll see how it feels when I'm in it, and then we'll save the action. Okay, now are there any more actions to connect with 10 key connections from my network over the next net week? Not that I can think of. So I'm going to just go ahead and create the block. And I love that. So now it's got the schedule of when I'm going to meet with people kind of put in there so I can look and see. I can put a date range in. So that's interesting. That's a new thing that they've added. So maybe I can do from here to here to here. Huh? No, it's only letting me do 1 week at a time. Oh, well. We'll go back to current. But what I can do now is I can create another RPM block. And so that's going to be my second one, which was following up on the team competition. Now, that is not a key result, but guess what? I didn't put that in there. So now I'm going to go down for the team competition result. Prepare for and lead a productive team meeting on Thursday at 9 a.m. That is not what I plan to do. So what I want to do is results. Inspire the core team, the core Shine team to continue to serve Marisi this year. So by the time we go to Business Mastery next year, we would have this in place. All right. The purpose. Why is this important? I aim to be a 6-figure giver, and this is the first step to reaching that goal. Okay, current actions. So now, so the purpose that it gave me, by the way, was align my team, gather insights, strategize for continued success in the competition. So I could use that, but I'm not going to. And it's interesting that it took me as the leader because that wasn't what I wanted. But as I'm looking at the things that it's saying that I need to lead the Zoom, and I don't need to lead the Zoom. So interesting. So again, that's human in the loop. It's you deciding it works or doesn't. So I'm going to review my notes from the previous event and compile a list of key action items, questions, canines. Okay, then I'm going to remove this. What's it going to take for me to do that? I'd like to give it a good solid 45 minutes. It's a must. And the date that I'm going to do that by, it's going to have to be today in order to be ready for tomorrow. So, because we're going to have that Zoom tomorrow. So it's a must. Next, I'm going to add, remember, I'm just copying them into the notes so that I have it. So it said, reach out to team members to get their updates and input ahead of the meeting. So I don't have to do that. So not in that way. So I'm going to say share event canines and input ahead of the meeting. So I'm going to do that. It's going to take maybe 10 minutes on that day, the day of the meeting. Save the action. Okay, the next thing is craft an agenda. So this is not my meeting. So it's interesting that it just took that on. And it's the next one is lead the 9 a.m. Zoom call. How about attend the 9 a.m. Zoom call? And it put lead with energy and clarity. demonstrate energy and help provide CNV, clarity and verification. So I'm going to be on that call for at least an hour. It's a must, and it's tomorrow. So the day is going to be the 22nd, and I'm saving it. Oops, I didn't set the time. So I go back to set time, and I am going to set it for 9 a.m. and save. Okay. So there's something else that I need to do in this one. And that is send extra large t-shirt to the guy who asked about it. Ask if he wants to join our team. Okay, so that's going to take 30 minutes. It's a must. Date I'm going to select is by Friday. Oops. Well, I'm going to put Saturday. That way, if I don't get it done on Friday, I can still do it on Saturday. Okay, so that was all I've got for that one. I'm going to create the block. And add one more. Create a comprehensive training program to share key insights from business mastery. Okay, that's result. The purpose for that, empower my community with transformative business strategies and grow my audience. Huh. So I'm going to go with it. It's funny how I don't think about growing my audience, but yes, of course I want to grow my audience. I'm glad that it's reminding me that that's something I want to do. And now we go into the, I'm adding an action, putting it in my notes here, and then scrolling up, grabbing it, consolidate my notes and key takeaways from business mastery. Okay. So it's going to take about 15 minutes. It's a must. And my hope is I can get that done today. Okay. Saving the action. Oops. Go back in there. Okay. I got to go back into that one and edit. I should still have that. Oops. Nope. Okay. So I'm going to come back over, copy this. It was already selected, so you're going to notice that the very first one is still in here, and I'm going to get rid of it. 3 to 5 powerful quotes to feature on social media. So identify powerful quotes. I'm taking out the number because I want to get as many as I can in there. It's probably going to take me 30 minutes. I want to try to use Canva. I want to have that done by, I'm going to probably put Sunday. And the reason why, I mean, I know how to use Canva, but I want to do the automation of where they just, like, I give it all the quotes and it creates all of the things for me. So that's going to be fun, learning a new skill, applying a new skill. All right. The next one is design engaging workshop curriculum and materials. So that's going to be for my weekend workshop. It's probably going to take me, let's say, an hour to put that together. I'm pretty strong on the material already, but even so, I want to be totally ready. So we're going to do that day. The time is probably going to be, well, let's put in noon, not AM, but PM, and then I'll save it. Okay, and then I want to come in here and delete that and save the action, add in another action, schedule the workshop event and promote it in my network. Okay. having trouble grabbing that. Okay. Control X will come up here. Control V. And I don't call it network, but community. That's probably going to take 30 minutes. It's a must. Got to do it by Thursday at the latest. Save the action. Oops, I didn't pull off the last one either. We know I can't edit after that. So schedule the workshop event promoted in my network. It's done. Interesting. There was another section. Oh, because I copied it. That's why. Integrate the workshop. Oh, this is a good one. As a free offer for my business directory signups. So this is going to be working in conjunction with Margaret. Take about 45 minutes. It is a must. And I want us to get that done by Tuesday of next week. Oh, creating the block. Now, once I'm in the block, I can come in here, highlight that, take away the notes so it doesn't confuse me later. Come in here and delete those. Save the action. All right, now you can see like kind of where I've mapped it out, what I'm doing. And of course, it's going to transfer over to my weekly. So I hope that's been helpful. This will be kind of a bonus of setting up the actual items on the screen. So I hope you enjoyed.